You've spent years building your fortress. The NetOps team has their tools, the DevOps crew has their pipelines, and SecOps, they're locked away in their own world. For a decade, these silos made us feel safe. They gave us control. But here's the hard truth. In the age of agentic AI and autonomous operations, your silos aren't protecting you anymore. They are suffocating your agility. Welcome back to ITO-matic. I'm your host, Alex, with me, Chintaka, the tech strategist analyst, and today we are looking at the inevitable future of IT operations. We're talking about the Great Convergence. I'm going to explain why the walls between observability, security, and automation are crumbling, and why, if you don't break them down yourself by 2026, the market will do it for you. Put down the fire extinguisher. It's time to stop fighting incidents and start engineering the future. Let's dive in. Okay, Chintaka, I want to start with a confession. For the last 10 years, my entire philosophy on enterprise tech has been best of breed.
You and everyone else, Alex.
Right? You buy the best HR software, the best cloud security tool, the best data warehouse, and then you just sort of tape them all together.
The Frankenstack.
Exactly. But I'm looking at this information on the Great Convergence of 2026, and it's basically telling me that era is dead, like stone cold dead.
It is, and honestly, it's about time. What we are seeing and what this information makes painfully clear is that by 2026, the dominant strategy isn't about mastering individual domains, it's about merging them.
The convergence.
The convergence. We're talking about four massive forces: AI, data, cloud, and security that used to be separate departments, separate budgets, separate languages, all collapsing into one unified platform.
That sounds intense and expensive.
It's actually the opposite. The fragmentation is what's expensive. The information argues that if you don't converge these things, you won't just be inefficient, you'll be incapable of using the next generation of AI.
Okay, that's the hook. So we're unpacking the 2026 enterprise stack. We've got 4 pillars to get through. Where do we start?
We have to start with the catalyst, artificial intelligence. But Alex, forget the chatbot you used last year.
I was going to say, everyone has a chatbot now. That's old news.
Right. The information calls this the shift from chat to agentic AI. This is the single biggest shift for 2026.
Define agentic for the non-engineers listening.
Okay, so Gen AI in 2024 is like a really smart intern that you have to micromanage. You give it a prompt, it gives you text. You give it a prompt, it gives you an image. It's passive.
Right.
Gen AI has agency. It has goals. You tell it, optimize our cloud spend, and it doesn't just write a report. It goes into the system, analyzes the logs, identifies the waste, and executes the changes. Maybe with a human just clicking approve. It creates its own to-do list.
That's a massive leap. That's moving from reading to doing.
Exactly. And the information highlights a staggering stat regarding software engineering. By 2028, 75% of enterprise software engineers will be using AI coding assistants.
75%?
Up from less than 10% in early 2023. That isn't just a productivity bump, it changes what a developer does. They aren't typing syntax anymore, they are orchestrating agents.
But wait, if I have AI agents running around my infrastructure, writing code and making changes, that sounds like a compliance nightmare.
And that is exactly why convergence is happening. You can't have agentic AI if your security and data are in different silos. The information brings up a term leaders need to know.
Trism?
AI trust, risk, and security management. It's a mouthful, but it's essential. If you're letting an agent touch your customer data, you need a governance layer that is baked into the AI, not a security guard standing outside the building.
So the AI needs to know the rules of the road before it starts driving.
Precisely.
Okay, let's pivot to the fuel. You can't run these agents without data. But every company I know says their data's a mess.
Fragmented and siloed is the phrase the information uses. And here's the hard truth. If your data is messy, your AI is hallucinating.
Garbage in, garbage out.
But 2026 is bringing a solution called the Unified Data Fabric.
Fabric. I hear this word a lot. It sounds like marketing fluff. What does it actually mean?
Think of it this way. Right now, your data is in boxes. A box for sales, a box for marketing, a box for HR. To compare them, you have to move the boxes to a warehouse, unpack them, and try to match them up.
The classic ETL nightmare. Extract, transform, load.
Right. A data fabric is like a virtual layer that sits over all those boxes. It connects them without forcing you to move everything. But the real magic the information talks about is the semantic layer.
The semantic layer. Break that down.
It's a universal translator. Let's say sales calls a customer a client, and finance calls them a payer, and support calls them a ticket holder.
Total chaos for an AI.
The semantic layer maps all those terms to a single concept, customer. So when you ask your AI agent, how is customer health, it understands data from finance, sales, and support instantly.
I see. So the convergence here is about business context.
Yes, it's moving from data management, just storing bits and bytes, to data intelligence, understanding meaning. The information explicitly mentions data intelligence platforms. This is what allows the AI to actually be useful in a business context.
So if I'm a CIO, I need to stop building bigger warehouses and start weaving this fabric?
You need to invest in metadata. That's the glue. Without active metadata, your AI is flying blind.
Okay, we've got the agents, AI. We've got the fuel, data. Now we need the engine room, the cloud.
The cloud is changing, Alex. We are leaving the adoption phase. Everyone is already in the cloud. Now we're in the optimization phase.
Is this where we talk about money? Because my cloud bill is the only thing rising faster than my blood pressure.
You are not alone. The information leans heavily into FinOps, financial operations. It's no longer just about keeping the lights on, it's about unit economics. But the cooler concept here is platform engineering.
I've been hearing this term. Is that just DevOps rebranded?
It's the evolution of DevOps. In DevOps, we told developers, you build it, you run it. And developers burned out because they had to know networking, security, cloud, coding, and testing.
Cognitive overload.
Platform engineering builds an internal developer platform, an IDP. It's a self-service paved road. A developer needs a database. They click a button, the platform spins it up with all the security and compliance policies pre-baked.
So it reduces the friction.
Drastically. And this ties directly into the fourth force, security.
The final pillar.
Security is where the best-of-breed mentality we talked about at the start is dying the fastest.
Why?
Because the information says the average enterprise has dozens, sometimes hundreds of security tools. They don't talk to each other.
And the hackers love that. They live in the gaps between the tools.
Exactly. The 2026 mandate is consolidation. We're moving to platforms like CNAPP.
Okay, alphabet soup time. What is CNAPP?
It's convergence in action. Instead of one tool for scanning code, another for checking cloud configurations, and another for runtime protection, CNAPP does it all in one dashboard. It scans from the developer's laptop all the way to the live server.
Code to cloud.
Code to cloud. And there's one more acronym the information emphasizes, CTEM, Continuous Threat Exposure Management.
That sounds proactive.
It is. Instead of just fixing vulnerabilities, you look at exposure. Yes, we have a bug, but is it on a server connected to the internet? Does it have access to sensitive data? If not, maybe we fix it next week. If yes, we fix it now. It prioritizes based on business risk.
Okay, Chintaka, my head is spinning a little, but I see the picture. We have Agentic AI running on a unified data fabric deployed via platform engineering and protected by Consolidated Security.
That is the stack. That is the 2026 blueprint.
But here's the million-dollar question. If I'm a leader listening to this and I have a legacy mess, servers in the basement, data and spreadsheets, 50 security vendors, where do I even start? You can't just buy the convergence off the shelf.
No, you can't. But the information offers a roadmap. First, stop buying point solutions. Every time you buy a new tool, ask, does this integrate with my platform or does it create a new silo?
Be ruthless about integration.
Second, democratize data access, but centralize governance. Build that semantic layer. If your AI can't understand your data, you're dead in the water.
And the people side?
That's the biggest one. You need to upskill your teams for an AI-augmented world. Your developers need to become platform engineers. Your security team needs to move from policy enforcers to risk managers.
It sounds like the IT department of 2026 looks very different from 2024.
It's smaller, faster, and much more strategic. They aren't fixing printers or patching servers manually. They are managing the machine that builds the business.
the competitive advantage.
The information ends with a strong statement about competitive advantage.
Yeah, it says the next wave of competitive advantage will be built on this converged, intelligent, and resilient foundation.
It's not just about saving money on IT bills.
No, it's about speed. If your competitor has agentic AI that can launch a new product feature in hours because their data is clean and their platform is automated, and it takes you 6 weeks because you're stuck in data silos and security reviews, you lose.
Speed is the ultimate currency.
And convergence is the engine for speed. Chintaka, this has been an eye-opener. It's scary, but it's also exciting. The tools are finally getting smart enough to help us manage the complexity we created.
Exactly. We're finally using technology to tame technology.
I love that. Using technology to tame technology. We'll leave it there. For everyone listening, check out the show notes for a link to the Great Convergence 2026 information. You're going to want to read the section on TRISM and CNAPP.
Definitely.
Thanks for listening to The Future Stack. We'll catch you in the next deep dive. And seriously, go talk to your data team about that semantic layer.